Hey, everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Up next, we've got a good one on tap between the visiting Arizona Cardinals and the Baltimore Ravens. With that, let's get up to M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. There to call all the action, we welcome in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, they love their crab cakes and they love their football. That's what Maryland does. And we are at M&T Bank Stadium down near the inner harbor of Baltimore. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Arizona Cardinals. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you've got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well, too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The top pick, Mr. Kyler Murray, bringing out the Arizona offense here. It was an Arizona offense that really started slow in week 1 against Detroit. Came on late to send it to overtime. But you look at Kyler Murray's numbers, Charles, he threw the ball 54 times, 308 yards. And
they hated the fact that he had to throw it that many times. But I think their head coach, Cliff Kingsbury, I know he said that the first 3 quarters of offense were as bad as he's seen. And that's why they had to fill the air with footballs in the fourth quarter to make a great comeback and walk away with a tie.
Those 54 passes, by the way, only one short of Sam Bradford's 55 for the most by a rookie in NFL history. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Well, that's a familiar connection right there. Christian Kirk was in the same class as Kyler Murray at Texas A&M. They played together as freshmen before Murray transferred. Kirk, though, he stayed in College Station, had a great 3-year career before being drafted 47th overall in 2018. Was having a solid rookie campaign last year, but then broke his foot in Week 13 and was shut down the rest of the way. Patrick Onwuasor up to make the tackle. And let's look now at the offensive starters for the Cardinals.
We're all looking forward to watching David Johnson bounce back from a rough season in 2018 because we know he has 2,000-yard potential, 1,000 on the ground, 1,000 in the air. And with a new offensive-minded coach in Arizona, look for his numbers to truly increase in 2019.
From the 44, Murray, it's complete to his tight end, Charles Clay. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work. And that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Murray now on first down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver was David Johnson, but it'll be second down. And here are the Raven defensive starters.
Let's go to the middle of the Baltimore defense where Brandon Williams holds court, and we often talk about how difficult it is to stop a big-time runner. How about trying to stop a big-time guy in the middle who wreaks havoc both with pass rush and against the run? Brandon Williams went to his first Pro Bowl at the end of the 2018 season.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Still second down.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Murray with a 3rd and long. He may try and run for this. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 28.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
First down, Murray. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. To throw is Murray. Over the middle and caught by the tight end Clay. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Sliding out of the pocket. He can run for it, and he will. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
On 4th down, here's Zane Gonzalez for the Cardinal field goal. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Second-year quarterback Lamar Jackson trotting out there to lead this Ravens offense. And week 1 for Lamar Jackson was just sensational. 17-20, 324 yards, 5 touchdowns. And, Charles, he only ran the ball 3 times in that game.
The 5 touchdowns tied a franchise record. But I come back to your last point because it is a point of emphasis. Only ran it 3 times. So when they can be judicious with him in the run game and win big like that and his confidence goes sky high throwing it, he could be very dangerous as the season goes on. That's a development that they've needed to see from Lamar Jackson.
And think about this. Now, yes, he did not start every game last year, but he only threw 6 touchdown passes all of last season, had 5 in week 1. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. And a very good offensive unit here. One of the reasons they're so good is running back Mark Ingram.
Took a little while for him to find his footing when he got into the league, but the former Heisman Trophy winner has it now and has really upped his pass receiving potential. A nice player.
Set, ready, check, 43.
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Jackson now. And his throw here's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Seth Roberts, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And the 11 defensive starters for Arizona.
Safety DJ Swearinger brings not just athletic ability to the field, he also brings a strong belief that he can get to the football on every snap. An absolutely fierce hitter, you can feel his intensity even when you're sitting down and having a meeting with him prior to the game.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Keep it up, keep it up.
Here's Jackson. Going to throw again. And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 44-yard line. Everyone in this stadium knows Jackson can do that as well as any QB in the league. They talked about limiting some of his running this year, especially the design runs, but he's still going to scramble when he feels he has green in front of him. He led all quarterbacks last year, 695 yards rushing. And keep in mind, 80% of those came in the 7-game stretch when he was named starter late in the season. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Man open left side is Brown. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Used to have a coach who tells us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the 3rd time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses.
It's
and
rare.
excited is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
Cardinals marching back onto the field here. And that game against Detroit that you and I were discussing earlier, Charles, from week 1, it's not very often that you feel good about a tie, but given where they were at half, something clicked late in that ball game, and they came all the way back to tie the game and send it to OT.
Detroit walked away from there, flew home feeling horrible about the tie. I think Arizona probably energized to get the tie for the point you just made. They were down big, made a big rally in the 4th quarter. Their offense finally moved the ball, so they feel like they've got something they can build on. as they move forward, yeah, it just depends on your perspective. But in this case, if I'm Arizona, I'm pretty happy with the tie that they got on Sunday. Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. Back to the air on second down, it's Murray. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Tackle made there by Tony Jefferson.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second down, Johnson. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Off the draw, here's Johnson. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football.
Partner, I think they saw something there. I mean, they came from the right side deliberately, and you know there's always a designated guy who goes and blocks it, but it's the rest of his teammates that get him free.
Charles, let's talk more about Baltimore in week 1 and what they did, putting up 59 points. They made it a point, speaking of points, to get some weapons around Lamar Jackson. Well, Mark Ingram was really good out of the backfield. And how about the rookie, Hollywood Brown? He was sensational.
And remember the concerns about him coming out of the draft where he had foot surgery and didn't get a chance to have a full off season of work. Well, he didn't really need it, did he? 147 yards, 2 touchdowns, 130 yards in the first quarter of his first game in the NFL. And Baltimore ends up setting franchise records for most points in the first half with 42 and most points in a game with 59. We're used to the grinded out Baltimore Ravens. They may be the explosive Baltimore Ravens.
Speaking of Hollywood Brown, when he got to camp, Mike linebacker Patrick Owasso said, I can't call you Hollywood yet. You haven't earned it. You're just Holly. Well, maybe now he's Hollywood. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 16 yards, a first down. Nice throw there by Jackson. You think about what a boost he gave Baltimore the middle of last year, led them to victories in 6 of their last 7 games as a starter, replacing Joe Flacco, who had the hip issue. And that strong finish was good enough for the Ravens to capture their first AFC North crown since 2012. And now Jackson's a known commodity. He's the unquestioned starter, and with increased expectations and pressure on the former Heisman Trophy winner. They'll run on first down. It's Ingram, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
looking to throw on second down. Jackson looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ingram. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll lead here to a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. From the gun, it's Jackson, and that will be incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will tie us at 3-3. So he gets an early chance to redeem himself, and he's able to put that one through.
And how happy is he that he's able to get that second chance so quickly after the first miss? Gets his confidence back up, and who knows, they may need him for an even bigger kick later in the game.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. Second down. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Murray. Fitzgerald bringing it in over the middle. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you've got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. Cyrus Jones back to return for the Ravens. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Connects it to Roberts, right side. And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way, lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. He may try and run for this. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. Able to pick up a dozen yards there on the scramble, but not enough. 4th down.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Deep for the Cardinals, Christian Kirk. This will be fielded at the 17. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. And avoids the contact by sliding. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, we know that Murray can run the football. He rushed for 1,000 yards during his final year at Oklahoma, better than 7 yards per carry. And Cliff Kingsbury says, I trust him running the football. And this is a guy that has known his quarterback since 2012 when Murray was a sophomore in high school. Kingsbury was in the OC at Texas A&M. He would go on to take the Texas Tech job, but the two maintained a great relationship. Both are from Texas, both quarterbacks, and both with fathers heavily involved in their football careers. With Cliff Kingsbury, he trusts his quarterback implicitly.
Here we go. 6 yards. You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Brandon Carr on the coverage there. Well, normally you and I would have gone through our season predictions before week 1, but Hurricane Dorian prevented us from doing that last week. So let's go ahead and hear them, your division winners and then the Super Bowl.
Okay, let's start in the AFC. New England in the East.
Bold.
Tennessee in the South. Pittsburgh in the north, and Kansas City out west.
Okay, so I'm with you on 3 of the 4, but I'm going to go with a way too strong Week 1 reaction and give Baltimore the edge in the north.
Oh, I like that
Okay.
one. All right, let's go NFC.
All right.
I'm going Philadelphia in the east, New Orleans in the south, Minnesota in the north, and the Los Angeles Rams out west.
Okay, so I got 2 different ones. I'm going to go Dallas on the east, and then I'm going to go Green Bay in the north.
The reason I didn't go Dallas, there hasn't been a repeat winner in the East since 2003-2004. So I go with history on that one. Super Bowl predictions, I like Kansas City and New Orleans. 3rd time's the charm for the Saints to get to the Super Bowl.
Okay, I'm going to go New England over New Orleans in the Super Bowl.
So you got New England winning it?
Yet again, shocker.
I've got New Orleans beating Kansas City, so this is going to be fun to see how it turns out.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Out of the pistol, here's Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a 1st down and more. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Taking it in from the 20. And the Cardinals have taken the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's David Johnson who provides the capper as he scores on the touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They go play action now. Jackson trying to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Throwing is Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Let it go. 43 is the mic. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Let it go.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Murray now on 1st down. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this one? Both of these guys running the ball well.
Yeah, they've mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Shotgun now from Murray. Looking for his tight end Clay, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Onwuasor. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Murray trying again after the pick 6. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Matt Judon just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Yeah, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Murray going to throw. He'll buy some time, and he's going to go down again. Matt Judon picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Well, that's how you convert on 3rd down with an explosive gain of 34.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force them into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. They'll run it with Johnson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6. A lot of people felt Johnson was a little misused during what was a disappointing 2018. 940 yards on the ground, 7 touchdowns. Great for most, but not the season Johnson was hoping for. And he said this offseason, there are a lot of good running backs in the NFL, but I'm the best. And now he's trying to prove it, hoping to get back to the production that sent him to the Pro Bowl in 2016. That would certainly help his rookie quarterback. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. First down carry here for Johnson. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
What an advantage having a elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Earl Thomas in on the stop. I guess that was a little better. He got back to the line of scrimmage there after the loss on 1st down, but now you're still dealing with a 3rd and long.
So let's put on our offense coordinator hat. They've been very aggressive against the run the last 2 plays. I'm thinking screen right here. Let him come get the quarterback and dump it off. There could be some room to roam.
Murray now. Screen play. Johnson. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
On 4th down, here's Zane Gonzalez for the Cardinal field goal. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So not the strongest of kicks we've seen him make, but he gets a favorable bounce, and it's 3 points all the same.
Yeah, that was one of those where he needed the 6-iron, but he pulled out the 9-iron. That one was run out of gas quickly, but he does manage to pop it over the bar.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over,
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. Wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Ingram. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
On 3rd down, Mark Ingram. Oh, and they had him stopped short of the first, but a penalty marker down. And that looked like a clear face mask to me. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Play action. Now Jackson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Well, with that incompletion, I want to get some early season predictions from you because I love to do that, and I like to hold you to what you say later in the year. How about MVP and Defensive Player of the Year predictions from you, Mr. Davis?
Well, it could be the same person if I chose Aaron Donald, couldn't it? Because the last couple of years, he's been the Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Chandler Jones, one of the best athletes to ever come out of Rochester, New York, in for the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They go play action with Jackson. Caught by Snead over the middle. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the 1st down. So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2-by-2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
Here's Sam Cook now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. David Johnson now gears up to help lead this offense back on the field. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 16. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Left side here, caught by Clay. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Fake handoff to Johnson. Now here's Murray. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That goes for 14 yards. 1st down, Cardinals.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Here's tight end Clay, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. I like the occasional incompletion because I can go back and ask you more things. So we talked about MVP, Defensive Player of the Year. How about offensive and defensive rookies of the year that you see, Charles?
Well, it usually goes to a quarterback or a runner, right? And in this case, I'm going to go with the quarterback because he got the ball from game 1. That's Kyler Murray. He's going to put up big numbers in that offense, and I thought he looked pretty good in the first game against Detroit. On the defensive side, Devin Bush, the linebacker from Pittsburgh, got acclimated so early, and that defense is going to be good as the season goes along. I like him, but I'm going to give you a dark horse.
Okay.
His name is Chase Winovich, the rookie out of Michigan playing in New England system. I think he'll make a lot of plays.
Well, a couple of Michigan guys that you're giving the hat tip to there. Murray now to throw. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 34-yard line.
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you fall on it?
Well, I fall on wanting to endear yourself to your teammates, but pick your spots. Be smart about it. They need you for the full season.
Yeah, the rookie's going to learn as he goes. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
A pass complete there to Crabtree. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. He's got a man complete. It's Clay. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
A second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Now Murray, he may try and run for this. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 4th down, here's Zane Gonzalez for the Cardinal field goal. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16 to 10. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier. And this time, there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. It's complete to Snead. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Throw left side complete. It's Ingram. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
The Ravens on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Again, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And the good news, his team's winning. The bad news, he hasn't had the game that he's hoped to, at least to this point here in the second quarter.
And a lot of that is pride, because these types of backs want to be in the center of all the action and leading their team to victory. They'll take the win right now, hoping to jump his game up as this one moves on.
And he probably wants a little bit more of the spotlight going forward.
Check, 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 check. Feels right, feels right. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
First down, Murray. Over the middle and caught by the tight end Clay. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Murray now on first down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Oh, now Murray has it stripped. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Throwing again on second down. Murray. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Cardinals on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 3. Murray going to try to throw on third down. Looking for Crabtree, and it's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it. He's at the 40, past the 20, and he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick six for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season, it's big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year one. By year two, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. So now this to get themselves a lead here heading into the break. And he's got it up and through. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has the look of a game that could very well go down to the wire. Just 1 point separating these two clubs at the break. But they're ready for the second half, and we are too. As we'll kick it right back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And the third quarter starts with a run by Ingram. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Baltimore was the most run-heavy team in the league last year after Lamar Jackson took over as a starter. And you think about Mark Ingram, he goes from a situation where he was sharing time with Kamara in New Orleans. Now he figures to be the top guy in the Baltimore backfield, although I guess you could say he's kind of splitting time with his quarterback, Lamar Jackson. But a great veteran presence Mark Ingram is behind Jackson. Ingram now in his 9th NFL season. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
So don't say nothing.
On the counter, Ingram. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
On 2nd and 9. Jackson, open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards on the play, first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 46. Brought in left side by Snead. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. Who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide.
So this was a case of better safe than sorry. All the receivers were locked up, so he had to try and run for it, but he ended up having to slide short of the marker.
Here's Justin Tucker now for the Raven field goal try. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And Tucker's kick right there, it's good. And they add on and get a little bit of a cushion. It's 20-16 now. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing. But he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now. Making some big-time plays, getting into the offense's backfield and spilling everything.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game, and I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Murray now on first down. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down. On first and 10, here's Murray. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on first and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further. Now Johnson. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That second down play nets a -4.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. They need to reverse the trend. The last two plays have gone backwards. Now it's third and goal. Murray now, third and goal. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. It can be a thankless job sometimes to be a kicker, but they're thanking him right now. That's now 4 field goals. He's kept them in the game.
He sure has. That offense has got to find its rhythm because I'm not sure that just kicking field goals is going to allow them to win this game.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A little bit of space there for the first down run as that's going to get them about 5 yards. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. 7 yards there and a first down. Jackson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10. Now it's Ingram. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Here's Jackson. Roberts with it over the middle. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Seth Roberts, 56 yards, as the Ravens push further out in front. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone. Tucker now for the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So that drive, 4 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 6. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
On 2nd down, it's Johnson. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray steps away. He can run for it, and he will. Kyler Murray, a 1,000-yard rusher as a quarterback in his Heisman campaign at Oklahoma. He's got the 1st down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
On 1st down, it's Johnson. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. On 2nd and 9, Murray sliding out of the pocket. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down, and he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a 1st down.
Broke the 1 tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. Here's Andy Lee now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check, 43. Here we go. Kill.
They go play action with Jackson. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Here's Ingram. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
To throw is Jackson. To throw on 3rd down. They've got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a 1st down.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson to Boyle here over the middle. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things...
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. From 21 yards away, as the Ravens push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Tucker now to add the point after. And the lead is up to 15 now. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
On first down, Murray. They'll roll him out right. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Here we go. 6 yards. Back to screen. Pass.
Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
But these guys are going to chomp into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And that will be incomplete. Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for Arizona. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Second and 9 now from the 21. Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let go.
On 3rd and 1, Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And that's understanding where the markers are because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you could actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Strong right, strong right, strong right.
Jackson now. Rolling to his right. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard. Now Ingram, he's been busy today, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Byron Murphy, the rookie from Washington. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Ready? 48's the mic. Check. 48's the mic. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Ready. Ready.
After the turnover, here's Murray. And an alley to run. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona first.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Ready. Hey, hold on.
First down, Murray. Left side here, caught by Clay. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. To throw, it's Murray. He gets it left side to Johnson. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. From the gun on third down, Murray. And he's got Fitzgerald. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island. I got to let it go. Too little.
Murray now on first down. Out to his left. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Out of the gun, here's Murray. He'll buy some time right. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. He's got daylight. He's at the 50, the 40, the 30, the 20, 10, 5, and this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that, and that's what they've done all game long.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A chance for us to look at this Baltimore defense again. And they had the fumble return for a touchdown, and boom, they're right back out there again.
And you hear so many people talk about opportunistic defenses in today's football. Well, they make their own breaks because they work at it all the time. We've been at the practices, the drills where they're trying to strip the football, the takeaways. They're always working on it, and it paid off for them on the last possession.
Paid off. Now can they do it again? Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Shotgun now for Murray. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The tight end, Max Williams, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Murray caught left side to Crabtree. 11 yards there, 1st down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Murray. Fitzgerald bringing it in over the middle. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. On the move to his left. And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. He finds Crabtree for the completion. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Johnson. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Here I come again. Here I come again.
Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. He gets this out to Foster on the right side. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
On 2nd and goal, Murray fighting, lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They gotta have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal. Murray now, 3rd and goal. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Kenny Young providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal, now brings up a decision on 4th down.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. Murray and company going for it on 4th. And the pressure gets to him again. Chris Wormley. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. A breakdown by the O-line at the worst possible time. 4th and goal, and it leads to a sack.
And I can just see it now. On the sidelines, they're telling the quarterback, you've got to get rid of it somehow, some way. At least get it in the end zone and give us a chance. If we throw an interception, so what? A sack? We didn't even have a chance.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 15. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Jackson. He's going to air one out. And it's knocked away and incomplete. It was DJ Swearinger right there on the coverage. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
On 3rd down, Ingram. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
Here's Sam Cook now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. On the return is Kirk. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Coming to you, coming to you. What? Go. 48's the mic.
To throw again on 2nd down. Murray. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Murray going to throw. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Murray now on first down. Goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Matt Judon able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Young quarterback, gotta learn. Need to get rid of the football.
Because when you don't get rid of the ball, they accumulate more sacks. But you're exactly right. Internal clock has to go off. Either get rid of it or start to take off and go.
Another try after the first down sack. Murray, and this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Throwing now is Murray. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it.
Here we go.
That one good for 24 yards.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Here's Murray. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Ready. 3-10. Touchdown. Check. 43. Don't get nervous.
No gain on the dump off. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.